Stress is everywhere today. We hear about it at every step, and yet few people really know how to deal with it in a healthy way. Some try to drown it out with work, others with alcohol, others with sport. But true calm doesn't begin outside. It begins within us. This article will guide you through why stress arises, what it does to us, and most importantly, how you can work with it using simple but effective techniques of emotional release. What is stress, really? Whoa! Stress is the body's reaction to how we perceive things. Stress is not the enemy. It's a natural reaction of the body to load. In the short term, it prepares us for performance. The problem comes when stress becomes chronic. Either heart beats faster, even at rest. Our sleep is shallow and poor quality. Either mind can stop running. Or the body is in constant alert mode. It's as if an alarm keeps ringing inside us, and we've forgotten where the switch is. Why emotional release is the key. Stress is not just about too many responsibilities. The real core is in emotions, suppressed anger, inner pressure, worries. If we don't release them, the body becomes a pressure cooker. Suppressed emotions are stored in the body. I turn into tension and pain. I can trigger anxiety, panic attacks, and depression. Emotional release works like a valve. It allows the body and mind to breathe. And what's important, in this way, stress is not only released, but also transformed. How to work with stress in daily life. Mindfulness and breathing. Breath is the strongest tool we always carry with us. Just remind yourself a few times a day. Inhale slowly through the nose. Exhale through the mouth. Try a 4-6 breath. Inhale for 4 counts. Exhale for 6. After just 2 minutes, you'll feel the difference. Grounding, returning to reality. Stress disconnects us from the present moment. Grounding is a simple way to return. 5 things you see. 4 things you hear. 3 things you feel through touch. 2 things you smell. 1 thing you taste. Cold as a reset. A short cold shower, splashing your face with cold water, or an ice cube on the back of the neck. It activates the vagus nerve, slows the heartbeat, and literally resets the body, creating positive images. The brain doesn't distinguish between reality and imagination. If you repeatedly visualize catastrophic scenarios, the body reacts with stress. But if you create a calm image, for example, sitting in nature, smelling flowers, hearing birdsong, the body begins to relax. Working with emotions using faster EFT. Faster EFT combines gentle tapping on points on the body with conscious work with emotion. When stress appears, focus on the sensation in your body. Start tapping and say, "Even though I feel this stress, I am safe." The body begins to relax and the stress response weakens. My personal experience. I used to be a master of stress. I solved everything in my head and showed nothing on the outside. On the surface, I seemed calm, but inside I was burning with pressure. One day it burst. Anxiety, panic attacks, emergency room visit. Gradually, I understood that the solution is not to be tough and endure, but to allow myself to release emotions. Today, I know this is the path to real strength. Because true strength is not in tension, but in calm. The benefits of emotional release. If you allow yourself to release stress and emotions regularly, something remarkable starts to happen. Why sleep improves. Headaches and muscle tension disappear. Why concentration improves. Why relationships become more harmonious. And you may find you have more energy and joy than you expected. Frequently asked questions. How fast does emotional release work? Wow. Sometimes within minutes, breathing, grounding. Other times it requires regular practice. What if I'm afraid to let emotions out? Whoa. Well, it's natural, the fear of falling apart. But by letting them out, you actually become stronger. Can it help even if I have long-term stress? Yes. Stress is a learned pattern. When you change how you respond to it, you start rewriting your entire experience. Stress is a signal, not an enemy. When you learn to work with emotions, breathe, use grounding, and techniques like faster EFT, you can not only manage stress but also transform it. Emotional release is the way to feel freer, healthier, and happier.